Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I want to give infinite praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashim Kodash. Of course, double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the peace and salutation goes out to the elect. Real quick, I wanted to speak on a word here in the province of the District of Columbia. The DC Church. Brothers are tasked, with, throughout the week, for whichever brother's turn it is to, meditate on the word, and bring it, of course, to the altar, amongst the congregation and share, and grab some precepts and, get the definition and, and give some edification, on the word, And my word that I chose, for this week, it was trust. As you can see, I got the definition down here. It says trust, affirm, believe in the reliability, truth, ability, or strength of someone or something. Okay. It says outline biblical uses: to seek refuge, to flee for protection, to put trust in the Most High, confide or hope in the Most High. Okay. And of course, I got lined up some scriptures. And essentially, we know, some of the words, because I had this, I pulled up what are some words that are synonymous with trust. It says confidence, expectation, faith, hope, assurance, certainty, certitude, and conviction. Okay. And this is a word that we're familiar with. I mean, this is something, that we, all have to, all have to do. It's all something, something that we're required to do. All right. Especially, in the current predicament and situation that we're in. And this is what the Lord requires. Okay. And matter of fact, before I get those, because one of the ones that went on the list is just a go-to Proverbs, Proverbs 3 and 5. And, when I was actually speaking on the word, one of the examples that I gave was with Joseph, and understanding, first and foremost, when he received Proverbs, when he received the vision of, him, his brothers, bowing down to him, and ultimately him being exalted, he received the vision, but he didn't know, exactly how he was going to get to that position, and he had to go through a lot, man. His brother sold him into slavery, through him being, blamed or, or falsely accused. He was thrown in jail, through the time spent in jail. He went through hell, essentially. All right. But it was a process that he had to trust, he had to trust in the Lord that, that at the end, he would be, in that position, or where the Lord, required or desired him to be, which was, all for the will, okay, of the Lord, essentially. And through that, through the Lord's, will, or the Lord's purpose being fulfilled, the whole entire nation was saved. Okay. And this is Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not into thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thy own eyes. Fear the Lord and depart from evil. Right, trust in the Lord with all thy heart, man. With all thy mind. And lean not into thy own understanding. There's a lot of the times, being when, the majority of the time, being in this flesh, the mind, what is that? I believe it's in, I think it's in Second Esdras, or Sirach, when it speaks about the mind and the music upon many things. Okay, this corruptible body presseth down on the soul. Roughly paraphrasing, and being in this body, man. Like, the mind is. Wait, was that Jeremiah? The heart, is desperately wicked. Who can know it? Speaking about the mind. Okay. I mean, our mind is fucking bro, it's wicked, bro. We are susceptible to being, under attack by the left hand. I mean, we're constantly wrestling and fighting with that, man. Of course, the Lord gave us the tools to combat it, but nonetheless, the point still stands: is you leaning upon your own understanding. Okay, not knowing, for real, we know. Of course, we have the prophecies. We understand understand what's coming, but we don't know the intricate details of, our path, or our life. So that requires us to what? To just trust in the Lord, and understand and know that He has our best interest in mind, right? And it says, in all our ways acknowledge Him, and He shall direct our paths. Right? We have to acknowledge the Lord. Man, we have to constantly pray. Man, we have to constantly, ask the Lord, man, just, to guide us, man, and give us the knowledge, the wisdom, the understanding, to make the proper decisions, to make the decisions that align with, His will, which it all aligns with His will, essentially. All right. But at the end of the day, it's whatever we go through is designed to teach us, man. It's a manifold lessons, and so going back into some of these precepts, Wisdom of Solomon 3:7, and in the time of their visitation, it says, shine and run to and fro like sparks amongst the stubble. 3:9, this is the point. They that put their trust in Him shall understand the truth, and such as be faithful in love shall abide with Him. For grace and mercy is to His saints, and He have care for His elect. Right, man, the elect, okay, the 144,000 and the 1/3, the innumerable multitude, man. The Lord has care for those individuals, man. Lord's willing us, Lord's will us, and He's what? He's gonna guide us and really protect us, man. Show us the way, at the end of the day. In Sirach chapter 2:10, it says, look at the generations of old and see, did ever any trust in the Lord and was confounded? Or did any abide in His fear and was forsaken? Or whom did He ever despise that called upon Him? Right. We had those accounts. Look at the generations of old, man. What is that? Hebrews 11:1 is a long list, of men that, trusted and believed and had faith, put their, confidence or strength in the Lord. And what the overall outcome was, that what? He never forsook them, man. He never despised them, that called upon them, man. We have the records to show that. This is Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for good to them that love the Most High, to them who are the called according to His purpose. Right. So everything, despite, what you go through, whether it may, you may seem the outcome may be quote unquote good in that situation, a moment, or it may appear to be not so good within that moment. Just know, bro, like the Lord has your best interest in mind, and the ultimate purpose is what? To build you up, to fortify you, and to mold you, okay, and cultivate you until what? To really conform into the image of the Lord, man. That's the whole purpose. That's His purpose. His purpose is fashioning, us unto Him, essentially, unto Yahweh Shai. Okay. Reading down Proverbs 18:10, the name of the Lord is a strong tower, the righteous runneth into it are safe. Right, man, is the name of the Lord, because when you look, it says to seek refuge or to flee for protection. Okay, to trust, in the name of the Lord, we trust Him, man. What else you gonna put your trust into, man? Who you gonna put your trust into? Who can you confide in? Who can you believe in? Who got your back, no matter what, man? None of these fucking gods, man. None. All these gods aren't gods, man. People, of course, you should know that. You what the fuck, what I'm saying? Man, you're not supposed to be putting your trust in man. Okay. And this is Psalm 67:1 to the chief musician, Alashchief. Miktam of David, when he fled from Saul in the cave, be merciful unto me. O Most High, be merciful unto me, for my soul trusteth in thee. Yeah, in the shadow of thy wings will I make my refuge, until all of these calamities be overpassed. I will cry unto the Most High, to the power of the Most High, unto the Most High that performeth all these things for me. Okay? And like I said, we have these are examples, man. David was amongst the chief, examples of, trusting and believing in the Lord, man. Many different accounts, where David, had to flee from his enemies, but David was in a rut, you know what I'm saying? And what, man, the wisdom, he used the wisdom, that he gave him to be delivered out of the situation. The strength, with the many, battles that he fought, the Lord, tore his hands out of war, man. Gave him the power to handle, man, to handle a lot, to handle the enemy, essentially. The mercy that was given through of course, the transgressions of David. Even the Lord showed him mercy, man. He still jacked him up in certain situations, but all in all, the mercy was still shown, because of the trust, and the love, that he had for Yahweh Shem Shai, And these are just, there's plenty of different stories, man. There's plenty of different accounts, for us to tap into and for us to, to meditate on. And, despite your situation in the current moment, man, just remember just to trust in the Lord. This is something that we preach, something that we teach. And through our words, we're giving a sacrifice with our words. And you got to understand, the Lord is going to try us with the things that we speak, essentially. The Lord is going to try us, man. Don't think he's not going to try you. And the thing is the preparation of the mind and, the thoughts and the things that are coming out of your mouth has already been prepared for you to say, So, just be ready, and just be ready to endure. But above all, just trust, trust the process. Trust the Lord, and understand that he has our best interests in mind. So with that, all praises, glory, and honor goes to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah Quadash. Of course, double honors to the apostles, elders, a great millstone, and peace and salutations to the elect, to the elect, guys. Shalom.